Elastic off your wrist. Coffee. All right, I think we're good here. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about my favorite products of 2015. I actually had a little bit of difficulty narrowing in on only just 15 products. Originally I had like 25 and I was like, that's far too many. This video is going to be way too long. So I decided to do the top 15 of 2015 and I chose just my absolute favorite 15 products this year. I didn't specifically choose like a brow, a liner, a lip liner, a contour, a bronzer. I just chose the top 15 products that I really did fall in love with from my collection this year. This is gonna be strictly makeup. I will have a skincare favorites coming up probably next week. There's also a giveaway coming up in that video just in case you're interested. And if you guys wanna see some hair favorites, because I have discovered some hair products I've really been loving lately, just leave me a comment below and I will do that video as well. So if I can just shut up, I'll get on to the favorites. 2015 was really kind of the year of foundation for me. I tried several foundations, I reviewed a lot of them, and I narrowed it down to my top two. The first one is the one that I have on my skin today. This is from Rimmel. It is the Lasting Finish 25 Hour with Comfort Serum Skin Perfecting Full Coverage Foundation. You guys, this is amazing. It has a semi-matte finish, which kind of scared me at first because I have dry skin, but something about this just looks so natural. It will definitely give you a medium coverage at first. You can build it up to full coverage. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't look, makeup-y. You don't look overdone. It looks very natural and it doesn't highlight any of the dry patches on my skin. It's very long wearing. I don't know about 25 hours. I'll be honest, I've never tried to wear it for 25 hours, but I will definitely get a full day's worth of wear from this. I do use a primer with any of my foundations, but this is amazing. It comes in a great little bottle too. It's a glass jar with a pump, so winning all around. I love this. I am in the shade 091 Light Ivory. If you are wondering, that's what I have on. Cannot recommend this enough. If you have dry skin, if you have oily skin, in combination, give this a try. It has worked wonders for me. I love it. The other foundation that I just had to give a shout out to is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. You guys, this is a luxury product that I think is worth every penny. This just kind of melts into the skin. It becomes one. It looks so natural, but it gives you that flawless sort of angelic look. It is so, so beautiful. I love wearing this with like a really pretty highlighter, and it just gives you a little bit of luminosity. Like I said, I'm on the drier side, but I do have some friends with oilier skin who have tried and loved this as well. If you're a little bit wary because it says luminous, I would still give it a try if you've got oily skin. Just ask for a sample at Sephora if you're interested. Again, you've got a great bottle with a pump. This lasts all day, it stays put, it doesn't, separate or anything like that. This is a product that I will definitely repurchase. I know you guys can't tell, but I have made a huge dent. I'd say it's probably like down to there. Love, love, love this foundation. Extra exciting year for concealer. I never would have imagined I would have found something I loved more than the MAC Pro Longwear, and I did. And you guys, if I find something better in 2016, I will seriously eat my words. I just don't think anything is gonna top this for me. It is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. This is amazing. I just cannot rave about this enough. It may be the most favorite of all my favorites for 2015. What I love about it is that it's full coverage just like the MAC Pro Longwear. It doesn't crease, it doesn't settle into fine lines, it covers dark circles, it brightens because I do have the lightest shade, which is fair neutral, but it has a slightly lighter and thinner consistency than the MAC Pro Longwear. I find that one a little bit thick. I have to work a little harder to blend it out. This looks very natural. I also really like that it has the doe foot applicator, so it's just easy. MAC Pro Longwear, when I get down to the bottom, I find it hard to get all the product out with a pump. So this has just been an amazing product. I have seen this popping up in a lot of people's yearly favorites. So if you are on the hunt for a really amazing full coverage concealer, try this one. Try this one. The next product I have may come as a little bit of a surprise to you guys because for months this year I raved about the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder for under my eye area. Really does brighten, it smooths, it helps set your concealer. I have loved that and I still do love it, but recently in the past couple of months I decided to try the Ben Nye Luxury Powder, and I have the shade Cameo, which is the more pinky tone. I know the banana powder from Ben Nye is super popular because it's what the Kardashians makeup artists use. Yellow setting powders really don't mix well with my skin tone. I have very pink undertones, and so I need something like this, and this is amazing. The reason that it has bumped the Laura Mercier, which I can't believe I'm saying, is because it just looks a little more natural. Now, it's not quite as brightening, but it does still help brighten. It definitely sets my concealer. It doesn't settle into fine lines. The biggest thing is that this has no sort of noticeable shimmer, which the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder does. So I feel like it looks a little bit obvious. I do have some fine lines, and sometimes that shimmer isn't the most flattering on my skin. So although I will still reach for it, it's something I would wear more in the evenings, you know, when I'm not out in like broad daylight. This is something I've just been wearing on a daily basis. I freaking love this stuff. It was $19 for 1.5 ounces. And if you're using this like me just to set your under eyes, this will last you a really long time. Next up, I have a primer. I'm kind of all over the place, you guys. I'm sorry. I don't really know what the hell I'm doing here. I want to preface this by saying, I know this is not going to be a product for everyone, but I have to mention it because I have quickly fallen in love with it. It's something, again, that snuck in at the end of the year. I purchased this in November during the VIB sale. It's the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. This is crazy.
This will light a bitch up.
To give you just the brightest, glowiest skin. And I know not everyone likes that look. The way that I like to use this is under my foundation. So I will put it on and I'll put my foundation on top, and it just gives any foundation you're wearing a really nice boost of light, of glow. If you want to wear this on your cheeks as a highlighter, you definitely could. It's definitely going to give you that beaming high cheekbone look. You can mix it in with your foundations as well, which I have tried, but I prefer it just underneath as a primer because I think it's a more subtle glow. I know not everyone is into that super glowy look, but I am, and this product has just helped me achieve that so much, so I had to mention. Let's talk about some eyeshadow palettes. I narrowed it down to 3. That was difficult for me. I'll talk about what's on my eyes first. I'm wearing the Makeup Forever Palette 9 Artist Shadow. Is it just me, or is that like a weird name? Palette 9 Artist Shadow. I mean, number 1, I guess. Makeup Forever is big on numbers. It's beautiful. You've got 9 beautiful shades, 8 are shimmer, and you've also got a matte black. I'm wearing this golden shade all over my lid today, and it is stunning. Guys, they are so pretty, very blendable, pigmented, and they're effortless. They really are. These are quality shadows. I think they're worth every penny. I was going to invest in some of the singles, and I saw this. I'm a neutral girl, so this just made sense to me. I really think it was worth the money. I have a couple friends who've purchased this as well since I've been talking about it, and they also love it. So love, love, love this palette. It may not be a surprise to you guys, but I have to give a shout out to the Becca Ombre Nudes. This thing I use so much. I'm wearing it today in the crease with the Makeup Forever palette because that palette does lack some mattes that you might want to throw in the crease. You can probably see I've made a good dent in some of these. I reach for this so often. I think it's just a great complementary palette to use with some of your more shimmery palettes, but it's also a great palette to have if you're just a fan of matte shadows, which I am. I love wearing these just on a natural makeup day. They're easy, they're quick, they just give you a very defined eye, make you look a little more awake, and it's effortless. I love it. Last but not least, you guys, I couldn't leave out the chocolate bar palette. The original is still my favorite, although I will say the Too Faced Bonbons palette, which I just did a review on, I'll link below, is kind of sneaking in there, but I feel like it's too soon. I only reviewed it this year, so I couldn't include it in 2015 favorites. So I went for this one because I reach for this one so much. Again, I have a lot of friends who own this and love it. It's got some beautiful kind of golden and bronze shades. This matte brown is one that I reach for a lot just as a complementary crease shade with a lot of other palettes. You've got your highlights. Beautiful, beautiful palette for every day. Of course, it smells like chocolate, so this is great, and it's a little more versatile than, say, this one just because it's got a nice mix of mattes and shimmers. If you're someone with a little bit bigger collection and you've got lots of mattes, this is an awesome choice as well. I feel like I found the perfect contour shade in 2015 for my skin tone, and I know this works for a lot of people, so I had to mention it. It's the Kevyn Aucoin, the Sculpting Powder in the shade Medium. This is amazing. I just use this to kind of hollow out my cheeks. I don't use it as an all-around bronzer. The reason I like it so much for actually contouring my cheeks is because it is more of a taupey kind of gray toned brown. It's not orange, it's not red, it's the perfect shade to give you that natural kind of shadow definition, you know, high cheekbones look. I love it. I would recommend it to so many people. It's luxurious. I've made a dip in it, hopefully you can tell, but I have been using this like crazy and there's still so much product in here. So again, I think it's one of those products that's definitely worth it. So for blushes, I ended up picking two. The first is a little more of a luxury splurge item. So this is the Chanel blush in the shade Jersey. This is just the most beautiful peachy toned kind of nude. It's so gorgeous for every day. It's what I have on my cheeks today. I wore the heck out of this summer. I think I wore it for probably 3 months straight. What scared me about it initially when I swatched it at the Chanel counter was it has quite a bit of shimmer, but the girl put some on my cheeks and I immediately fell in love. Somehow this just transfers to your cheeks in a very glowy, like light reflecting way. It's stunning. It's so pretty. This was a product that I think was worth every penny. The formula of this is just so smooth and blendable, and it's got some great staying power too. So love this. Also had to give a shout out to the Clinique Cheek Pops. I'm just showing you guys all three that I have. My favorite is definitely the Nude Pop, but I know this isn't a color that's gonna work for everyone. Definitely probably best for lighter to medium skin tones because it doesn't have the best pigmentation, but if you're fair as fair can be like myself, this will just give you a healthy glow. Ginger Pop is a beautiful kind of warm tone ginger shade that's great for this time of the year. And then I also have Melon Pop, which is kind of a peachy coral shade, and I wore this a lot in the summer. Very, very pretty. It's just, these blend really nicely. None of these have shimmer, at least none of these ones do. I don't know if any in the line do. At any rate, these are amazing, great quality. As for highlighters this year, I did reach a lot for my Becca highlighters, but I also reached a lot for this one, and I wanted to mention this one because I think it's something that would be universally flattering. It's the Laura Mercier Baked Highlight in the shade 01. And I friggin' love this thing. I have it on my cheeks today. What's nice about it is that it's actually quite subtle. It actually looks quite natural on the skin, but if you want a more intense highlight, you can definitely build it up. It blends so nicely. It just kind of becomes part of your skin. It gives you a very angelic glow. It lasts. It's not powdery. This is one of the nicest formulas I've ever found. And just as a side note, I did purchase the Blush and Glow Radiant Face Trio from Laura Mercier during the VIB sale because it has another one of these in it, but I've also very quickly come to love the bronzer in this as well. So this is a really great value if you want to try a few of her products. As for mascara this year, you guys, I am so excited because my favorite came from the drugstore. It is the CoverGirl, the Supersizer Mascara. I have the world's crappiest lashes. They are just so short, so thin. I'm really considering trying Latisse. I had used it in the past and really liked it. I think I might have to get back on that train. I feel like my lashes are just getting thinner. I don't know. But this actually gives me some lashes. It's amazing. It's got a very thin, small wand, but I like that because you can get into the lower lash line. It gives me length. It gives me a little bit of volume, some separation, and it doesn't flake, it doesn't crumble. It's just amazing. I will continue to repurchase this. I actually need to get a new one because this one is several months old now, but this was an amazing find. Last but not least, I picked two lipsticks. This was really difficult for me, but I did what I said I was gonna do, and I just chose the two that I reached for the most this year. So the first one is by Too Faced. Now this one kind of snuck in at the end of the year again, but you can see I've actually, well, hopefully you can see I've made quite a dent in it. This is in the shade Taffy. I do have it on my lips today. I have a lip liner. It's Marc Jacobs Honey Bun underneath. This will just give you a very beautiful nude, neutral, pinky lip. Great for everyday, flattering on several skin tones. The formula of this is amazing. It just feels so comfortable. It's not drying, has just a little bit of shine. I friggin' love this thing. I'm passionate. The other one that I reached for several times this year is by Dior, and it is in the shade Greige. Again, just a beautiful neutral shade. This one is a little bit more on the warmer side, but again, the formula is so luxurious. It's not drying, it's not sticky, it's not slippery. It's just perfect. It feels so good on the lips, and I feel like this is kind of moisturizing. Like my lips always feel kind of soft when I wear this. So love this one. So that is it for my top 15 products of 2015. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I would love to know some of your favorites in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Take care of each other, and I'll see you again soon.